That'll warm you up. That'll warm you up. Somewhere. Minister or what, but she's straight back in the middle. That was just no doubt.
here from the U.S. Marshals report, and there have been 9 deaths at the jail. Can everyone hear me? Yes. Awesome, thank you. And we are here today to demand justice. We are here to demand better from our elected officials. We are here to demand specifically reforms from County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley, who has the power to make immediate changes to the system on behalf of justice. We're going to get started marching in just a little bit here. We're going to do some chants first before we head out from Public Square, and we'll be marching to the Justice Center. Folks in the neon vests are our route guides. So if you need something, you can find them, and they'll be leading us down our route. There are chant lists. I think Jonathan has them right there. So if you need a chant list, please grab one. But yeah, we'll be heading out in just 2 or 3 minutes here. But first, can I hear some energy from folks? What do we want? Bail reform. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jail reform. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jail reform. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jail reform. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jail reform. When do we want it? Now. All right, we're going to try a couple more just to get us ready for our march here so everybody knows them. All right. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. Money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. And money bail. We want justice at the jail. All right, we're going to try just a couple more here. No prisoners, no detainees, stop this killing industry. 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 Awesome. All right. Let's see what else we got. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armin Budish got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armin Budish got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho! Armin Budish got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Armin Budish got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Armin Budish got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Armin Budish got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Armin Budish got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Do a song together, and then we'll head out and call and response. So it'll be pretty easy for folks. All right. Mama, mama, can't you see? What the system done to me? Ain't no use in looking down. Ain't no justice on the ground. Ain't no justice on the ground. Mama, mama, tell me why. Mama, mama, tell me why. Why do people gotta die? Why do people gotta die? Ain't no use in looking down. Ain't no use in looking down. Ain't no justice on the ground. Ain't no justice on the ground. Hey, 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 hey. Awesome. All right. All right, we're going to get started marching. So I'm going to need everyone's energy and cold out. So we're going to keep it moving. And we'll follow our marshals to get started on our route. Thanks, everyone.
done.
Hi, how are you? Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Hang on, man. She's got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Hang on.
Got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Armed and booted, got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Got to go. Hey, hey. Do that again for me. Raise it up again.
Mama, can't you see
What the system done to me?
what the system done to me?
Ain't no use in looking down.
Ain't no use in looking down.
Ain't no justice on the ground.
Ain't no justice on the ground.
Mama, tell me why.
Mama, tell me why.
Why do people gotta die?
Why do people gotta die?
Ain't no use in looking down.
Ain't no use in looking down.
Ain't no justice on the ground.
Ain't no justice on the ground.
And you sing it back to me, and then we'll sing it together, okay? I went down to the jailhouse. And I took back what they stole from me.
And I took back what they stole
Go
from
straight.
me.
Go this way.
And I
This way.
took back my dignity.
And I took back my dignity.
And I took back my humanity.
And I took back my humanity.
Now it's under my feet.
Now it's under my feet.
It's under my feet.
Yeah, it's under my feet.
It's under my feet.
It's under my feet.
Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
Keep on. It's all right.
Went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. And I took back my dignity. And I took back my humanity. Now it's under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
One more time now.
Well, I went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. And I took back my dignity. And I took back my humanity. Now it's under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail. And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
And money bail.
We want justice at the jail.
Whose street?
Our street.
No justice.
No peace.
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 No
No
justice.
peace.
No
No
justice.
peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No more death.
No more deaths. No more deaths. No more deaths.
No more deaths.
No more deaths. No more deaths.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No más muertes.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more justice.
No más justice.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes. No más muertes. No more deaths. No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No
more deaths. No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No más muertes.
No more deaths.
No prisoners, no detainees. Stop this killing industry. No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
No prisoners, no detainees. Stop this killing industry. No prisoners, no detainees.
Stop this killing industry. Stop this killing industry.
No detainees.
Stop this killing industry.
Stop this killing industry. Stop this killing industry. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Armin Buddhist got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Armin Buddhist got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Armin Buddhist got to go.
Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Armin Buddhist has got to go. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho.
Armin Buddhist has got to go. Armin Buddhist got to go. Armin Buddhist got to go. Armin Buddhist got to go.
Armin Buddhist has got to go.
Armin Buddhist has got to go. Armin Buddhist has got to
much for your voices and for your hearts, for your souls, for getting up early in the morning. I know I'm not a morning person, but this is really important. If we could have, just like everyone has already done, in case you haven't seen or heard, everyone turn around. They're going to stand behind our speakers because we want everyone to see united and a wonderful coalition of people here who are ready to stop this inhumanity. And while we are waiting for our speakers to come up front here, we're going to do a little bit of a call and response. So if you have a chant sheet, we want to say their names, right? We want to remember the people we are walking alongside and the families who've been affected by this inhumanity and this injustice. So I'm going to say his name, and you're going to say in order the people who are listed on your call sheet. How about we do it like this, just in case you don't have a call sheet. I'll say his name, the name, and then you respond with the name. All right, so let's give that a try. And then after this list is done, if you know someone who's been affected by police brutality, you can say their name too, right? So we're going to do a few more after that. So say his name, Larry Johnson. Say his name. Larry Johnson. Say his name, Joseph Arquillo. Say his name. Joseph Arquillo. Say his name, Gregory Fox. Say his name. Gregory Fox. Say his name, Randall Kane. Say his name. Randall Kane. Say his name, Alan Roman Gomez. Say his name. Alan Roman Gomez. Say his name, Theodore Carter. Say his name. Theodore Carter. Say his name, Esteban Para. Say his name. Esteban Para. Say his name, Brendan Kikis. Say his name. Brendan Kikis. Say his name, Nicholas Colbert. Say his name. Nicholas Colbert. Say his name. 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 And if everyone could just say a name of someone affected by police brutality or state violence, say their name. Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland. Say her name. Sandra Bland. Say her name. Tamir Rice. Say his name. Tamir Rice. Say his name.
Okay. Michael Pipkins.
Michael Pipkins. Say his name.
Michael Pipkins. Say his name. Michael Pipkins.
Say her name. Becca Cáceres. Say her name. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'll give this gentleman a moment to set up his camera. We don't want to miss that. So let's just do a couple more chants. We're going to let the press finish getting set up here. All right, let's sing our song one more time, y'all. I went down to the jailhouse
And I took back what they stole from me. And I took back my dignity. And I took back my humanity. Now it's under my feet. It's under my feet. It's under my feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
One more time now.
Well, I went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. And I took back my dignity. And I took back my humanity. Now it's under my feet. It's under my feet. It's under my feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
One last time, y'all.
Well, I went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. And I took back my dignity. And I took back my humanity. And it's under my feet. It's under my feet. It's under my feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Okay. I am so grateful to see all of you here today. It gives me hope, and it makes me angry because none of us should have to be here today. Because the injustices taking place in this building should not be happening. None of the people detained in the jail should have to be there. Not the 60% who have not yet been convicted of any crime and are simply too poor to afford their bail. Not the 7% who are there simply for technical probation violations, like missing a meeting with their parole officer. Not the 40% who are there for property or drug offenses. Not anyone at all, especially when the conditions continue to be completely inhumane. None of the 9 people who died there should have lost their lives, and none of their families should be grieving their loss. We're nearly a year out from the U.S. Marshal's report that called the Cuyahoga County Jail the worst in the country, and the jail is still over capacity, and the conditions remain utterly unacceptable. It should not have taken a U.S. Marshal's report for our elected officials to acknowledge the problems in our racist and violent criminal injustice system. And it should not be taking so long to get the changes we need. It should not have taken 9 deaths. The people who are responsible for this ongoing moral travesty, this crisis of human rights, have names and faces, and many of them are on the Criminal Justice Council, whose meeting we are going to attend today.
Yes.
The Criminal Justice Council has failed to meaningfully address any of the crises facing the Cuyahoga County criminal injustice system, despite the fact that one of its stated objectives is to respond to critical issues and collectively develop solutions. The Council assembled a bail recommendations task force in October 2018, but has failed to implement so much as a single one of its recommendations. That ain't right. Can I hear? That ain't right!
That ain't right!
There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have bail reform in Cuyahoga County by now, and every reason in the world why we should. No one should be locked up, especially not in that jail, just because they are too poor to afford bail. We have shown up at the past 2 Criminal Justice Council quarterly meetings. In July, there were 50 of us, and 12 people gave testimony, demanding justice and change, and still there has been no action. All of the members of this council are responsible for this situation. The judges, Armin Budish, the rest of them as well. And we're not letting them off the hook. But today we are calling on County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley specifically to step up and take leadership.
Where are you at, Michael?
Where are you at? 80% of the people in the jail are there for cases that fall under his oversight. As County Prosecutor, O'Malley has more power than any other individual in the system to make immediate changes on behalf of justice. We are demanding that he and the county stop exploiting people with money bail. No one should be locked up just because they are poor and cannot afford their bail. Treat children like children. Cuyahoga County binds more children over to adult court than any other county in the state. Can I hear a that ain't right?
That ain't right!
That ain't right!
That ain't right!
Children do not belong in adult jails and prisons. Stop jailing people for mental illness and addiction. These are not crimes. People need care and access to services, not cages. Not cages! Make diversion fair and accessible to everyone. Right now, the only people who can access O'Malley's diversion program are people with money. You have to be able to pay a monthly supervision fee, administrative fees, court costs and fines, and any restitution. Just like with bail, the amount of money in your pocket should not determine how the justice system treats you. And stop using testimony from lying cops in the prosecution. Right now, prosecutors can and do use testimony from police officers with a documented history of lying. O'Malley should implement a no-call list for police officers who have been caught lying. Getting these reforms from Prosecutor O'Malley will impact thousands of lives for the better. But I think we all know that this campaign is not the end of the road. Our criminal legal system is racist, violent, and deeply unjust. It is the product of hundreds of years of white supremacy, and it will not be destroyed in a single campaign. It will take all of us building relationships and community and trust and dreaming together of the world we all deserve but have never seen. It will require us to show up even when it isn't easy, to organize and commit to each other for the long haul. It will take us realizing that there are no single issue battles. The fight for immigration justice at the border, climate justice, LGBTQ rights, healthcare for all, and so many more are our fights too. They are the same fight. I stand before you today in front of a building called the Justice Center. But justice does not live here. It lives in all of us. And it comes alive when we together refuse to be silent about what is right. When we say no more, not now, not ever. Are you with me? No justice!
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Thank you.
Hello, thanks for coming. My name is Gilda Malone, and I am here to talk a little bit about the inhumane of the county jail. On last Thursday, I was dutifully informed by my son, who's been in the jail for a year, that inmates no longer have sheets. The county has taken away their sheets, and they've given them 2 wool blankets, and they are sleeping on pads that have been used thousands of times, that has no cushion or form, so you might as well say they're sleeping on wool blankets as a sheet and on steel. They have requested more than one time that they have gerrymandered and jerry-rigged a shower curtain. They're not giving them shower curtains. So when you say humanity, I think it's inhumane for a person to sleep on anything without a sheet, because they feel that the sheets are going to be a source of causing them to commit suicide. But if you go to any mental institution, there are sheets there. So you cannot take away sheets. And if you do, you should be able to find some paper sheets. But the county is not concerned. The new administration is no better than the old. As we can see, justice is not given. Speedy trial is not given. My son has been in jail for a year. And we have to learn to make them do things to prosecute people at a faster rate, get them out of jail, or either give them a bond. Thank you, and I'm hoping that we all learn to get another and teach another and bring someone else to the plate. Thank you.
My name is Alfred Porter Jr. from Black on Black Crime Incorporated. This will be very quick, but I would be remiss if we did not at least take 10 seconds of silence for the 9 inmates who perished. Thank you very much. One of the things that we have to deal with is the fact that it is not a fair system from top to bottom. As a matter of fact, let's start with the travesty that happened the past Thursday, because a lot of people would look at the fact of Warden Ivy being found guilty, but let's be very honest. It was only a misdemeanor when 9 inmates died on his watch. Now you take that into correlation with the fact that just yesterday, around 11:30 a.m., a lot of Cleveland officials, a couple of doors down, decided to say, if you see something, say something. And the fact of the matter is that former Warden Ivy didn't say anything. He saw, but he didn't say anything. He allowed, and he was only able to get away with a misdemeanor. And the reason that that is so important is you look at the unfairness that has been dealt. Because a lot of people who have gone in front of Judge Nancy First have been denied the right to a speedy trial, a right to a notice of writ before they go into trial, and that only happens when judges are negligent in their duty to treat one the same way they would for all. If you look at the fact of what happened in Dallas, when you had Judge Tammy Kemp hug a former police officer after that police officer was allowed to at least skip out on just 10 years, and the judge also allowed for that now soon to be incarcerated officer to have a Bible. Now, if you're going to extend Christian beliefs on a former officer and give that person a hug and show that same value, I would hope that from now on out the same judge will give every defendant, no matter what they're found guilty of, from rape to you name it, a hug and a Bible. If you bring it back, as I leave you all with this, Judge Daniel Gall, when you look at the fact that just within August of this year, there was a person in front of him, last name by the name of Torres, who was allowed to at least only serve 6 months of a 3-year sentence. You can look this up. after he repeatedly molested an 11-year-old child. But yet, he only had to do 6 months because Judge Daniel Gall felt, as being a holistic judge, this person had that right. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Torres was a former Washington attorney with money and privilege. So I'm wondering, where was Daniel Gall when one of the cases, such as Sheila McFarland, who's in front of the Ohio Supreme Court because she was found guilty by Judge Daniel Gall with no evidence, no witness? There were those who were even guilty and admitted their guilt in a crime that she wasn't a part of it, but Daniel Gall was not holistic enough to let her off. As a matter of fact, he was unholistic, so to when she questioned the fact that he may have been racist, he threw the book at her, and that's why she is appealing everything in front of the Ohio Supreme Court. So as I take my leave now, I would like to say what goes for one in sentencing should go for everybody, no matter the privilege.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Wilson. My son was taken away from me when he was 3. My son was taken away from me when he was 3 months old. The way I feel about Donald Trump and Penn, that's wrong. The way that, he's doing everybody in the world. I feel like he shouldn't be. He don't deserve to be in the office. They both deserve to come out because it's wrong. The way he departed, he's doing everybody wrong. He don't deserve to be in the White House no more. He deserves to come out. I feel like he deserves to come out, period. I don't like him, because that's wrong. Because the way I feel, it hurted me when my son was taken away from me. I didn't get to see my son until he turned 21. And I thought my son was going to hate me. I sat up and cried over that. And I know the way them kids is over there suffering behind that, they're hurting me. I feel like he deserved to come out. God don't like ugly, and God ain't 2 inches about pretty. We all should pull together and stick together and get him out that White House.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for your words. And we're going to do another chant together. This one's a call and response. And I'm going to need everyone to really bring the energy at the end. The first time I heard this chant was from my dear comrade, Marshawn McCarroll, who passed away several years ago. And he always brought the energy to this. So at the end, we'll do a call and response, and then we will all chant together. And I really want to see people jump in. I want to see people bringing the energy, because we got to bring joy into these spaces. This is hard work. The atrocities that happen in this building and that happen in so many ways in our injustice system, that's heavy. But together we have to bring joy to these moments and bring energy and hold each other in that. All right, so if folks can call after me. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that we. I believe that we. I believe that we will. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. 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 Thank you, everyone. We're going to start, we're going to collect signs, and we're going to start filing into the Justice Center. We want to make sure that folks who are ready to give testimony get in first and get the chance to sign up so that we can hear their words, because testimony has been moved to the beginning of the meeting today, so we may get cut off, and we want to make sure that folks who have personal stories to share get at the front of the line so that we can make sure that they get their voices heard. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I believe that we will win. Woo! All right. If everyone can bring signs over here.
Signs to the front. Our awesome parade marshals and security is also doubling as handy person. Thank you, Evan.
There's the just as we supposed it. We are high was 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start another one again inside, I guess. But you'll be gone. Thank you for doing that. I didn't expect you. Are you leaving? Oh, you're going in? Okay, cool. Yeah, I wrote right about that.
Did you write down your contact info? Did you write down your contact info?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you gave it to Rachel. Great. Thank you. Awesome.
Good.
Just happen to look at your Facebook when you come on down.
I know that Jen is here. Me and her in an urban studies class together. Because I'm also a nonprofit research. I was just looking at some of the pictures. Seems good. In the media kit, does it have a number I can contact if the conference call?
Gotta do what you gotta do. I know, it's feel bad, but like, now you have to do what? Chili, but no one listens anyway.